Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be learning how to get started with Botania in Sky Factory 3. So I hope you guys are ready. Alright guys, so today let's hop right on into Botania. Alright, let's go ahead and get the starting items that we're going to need, and go ahead and search out Botania. Alright, so here we are with Botania. And there is a few items we're going to need, starting with floral powder. I believe floral fertilizer, which is right here. It can be made using Botania's actual dye itself, which comes from the petals, or made with getting started with, which is just the yellow and red, which you can get from flowers. Pretty sweet. And of course, you can use living root. Living root is a part of another. I think it's the glass, something to do with the glass. It's like another world that you can generate. I mean, I think root you can get through like the overworld, something that actually has land. So let's go ahead and create a bunch of this. Looks like we got some 64. 64 is probably too many. And I want to get 16 storage crates, I think. Let's see, what do we want to store these in? I'm thinking to go more towards the line of probably storage crates again. So I'll just make one storage crate because that's all we're gonna need, just a regular storage crate. That's it. And then 4 chests. I've made a lot of, I should automate this with as many storage crates as I've made. So we got 1 storage crate, and we're gonna need some bone meal. So we'll take the whole stack of bone meal and some stone. Let's do a stack, and then we'll do some log. Or actually it's called oak. A stack of oak. And I think that's just about everything. We need some coal. And so we'll just take a bit of coal. I don't think it matters. I think this is... Doesn't that give your coal back? Thought it did. Oh well. Alright, so I think this is good enough to get started at least. We can always come back if we need more. Let me go ahead and grab my staff of traveling out of here. And we're going to use this to go right here. Alright, so this is going to be our little Botania platform for right now. And then, there we go. Don't need to do that. But doing this will get you your yellow dye and red dye, of course. And then these floral fertilizer will get you Botania flowers. So if we go ahead and keep placing these down, you'll see we get tons of flowers. We should be able to fill this whole place up with flowers. And hopefully get every color. And every type. Perfect. I think that's just about everywhere filled up. And of course, it's so loud to smash all of this. And we got our first flower, which nets us that achievement. There's actually several achievements within Botania itself that are pretty neat. And all of Botania can be automated with just vanilla and Botania itself. So it can all be automated within itself in vanilla Minecraft, which is pretty useful. Awesome. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be enough for right now. And what I want to do is place this down. And as you can see, I have tons of flowers on me. And don't need them right now. And I don't need all of the coal and all of that, okay? What I do need is these petals. So if I take these, I can turn all of these into petals. And these white mystical petals are going to be useful here in a minute. But you just basically turn all of these into their petal form. And that's going to start you out with Botania. You can go ahead and double. So I didn't need to do that. It was actually dye. But you can double all of these flowers. Once I get them all broke down, I will place them in here. And there should be 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So am I missing... Oh, I'm missing this light blue, I think. There we go. That makes 16. There we go. We have all 16 colors. Alright, so let's do the colors that we're going to need to get started with. The first flowers or first petals you're really going to need are the brown, white, the red, and the gray, light gray. And what you can do is you can grab yourself some bone meal and go back here because I forgot something. Shears. Let's go ahead and grab our shears. I think shears works. Oh well, iron. I always do R. I always mistype that. But we'll go ahead and get our shears. And we'll come back down and I'll show you what those can do here in a minute. Alright. I think I can... Alright, so what you do is you place your petal down on the ground. See, it's got some kind of like shiny particle effect going on. And if you bone mill it, it'll turn into a tall, mystical light gray flower, or a tall version of the flower. And this tall version, when you harvest it, you get a tall version. When you put it in here, you get 4 now. So we turned 1 petal into 4 when we gained 3 petals out of that, which is pretty useful. And you can continue to do this, and you'll have unlimited flowers. So you won't even have to worry about making any more floral fertilizer after you do this, because you'll have so many of these mystical flowers. And if I just place them all down, and it's super easy just to go around and click them. Some flowers, as you can see, some are taller than others, so this one's pretty tall. But chopping them down, super easy. And then once we get the ring that I'm after right now, the ring of magnetization, we will be all set. There's 45. And then the white ones are pretty important to start out with. So you can just place them all down, come across, and chop them down. So yeah, so this is super fun, super useful at the start. Eventually we're going to have all of the flowers anyways, so you know, while I was up there in my base, I should have grabbed some cobblestone, because we are going to need some cobblestone. And a crafting table. So, but we'll probably go up there to craft that anyways. Okay. Alright, so now I have some of these main things done. Let's go ahead and go back, and we're going to make ourselves the Book of Botania. Alright, so let's get the book. What we're going to need is a plain book, and this is a pretty cheap way of making books. All you need is blank patterns, and you can now make books. Okay, and then we're going to need a sapling. I don't think it matters what kind of sapling. This sapling might work. It does. Okay, so it's any kind of sapling will give you a Lexica Botania. Awesome. So with the Lexica Botania, let's take a look. Alright, we'll go under Basics, and as you can see, the Garden of Glass is the thing I was trying to talk about earlier. The Garden of Glass is its own like skyblock world that does exist in this. You can actually, in Sky Factory 3, you can start off in a Garden of Glass. Alright, now the Lexica Botania shows you how to make it in here, and then Mystical Flowers, we just did that, and then right now we're going to work on the Petal Apothecary. And so let's go ahead and get ourselves a Petal Apothecary. After reading about it, tells you how to work it, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, so don't worry about that. It shows you how to make it. So we're going to need a petal, and we're going to need some cobblestone. So let's go ahead and make a Petal Apothecary. And of course, it's not showing up in... Right, PET. There it is. Petal Apothecary. And you can use any flower. And now we have a Petal Apothecary. Awesome. I'm also going to go into Pam's Harvest Craft and grab ourselves a well, because we're going to need a well and a bucket. 1 bucket is all we need, because we're going to get some water in there, and then some seeds. Awesome. So we are about ready to start up Botania and get everything going. So I think I have the basics of what we need. Alright, so I'm going to place the petal apothecary right here, right next to our chest. And then I'm going to place the well right next to it. So we have all this stuff here. And then we'll take the bucket and we'll scoop it and we can put stuff in there. It's awesome. So right now we need to make 2 flowers. In our book, it will tell us that we need to start making, after the petal apothecary, we need to make a pure daisy. And the pure daisy is going to turn wood and stone into living wood and living stone, or living rock. And of course we're going to need living wood to get started. So let's go ahead and make a couple of those flowers. All it requires is 4 white petals. That's why I said white petals are pretty important to get started with. So let's do 4. You hit Q to drop these in, and then you see it's going to require a seed for a catalyst. And there you go. Alright, so after you get your pure daisies, you're going to want to place them down. And I need to move these one away right here, here. And I'm going to put one... Actually, this needs to move one back as well. So these are going to go in the middle for right now. And then these on the same side. One away. Perfect. So right in the middle. That's fine. Alright, so after you get these put down, you're going to want to place some logs. And all that good stuff around. Not one there. There we go. Just like so. And once you get that done, let me go ahead and take this off. Okay. Once you get that done, you can go ahead and place stone around the others. You can also mix and match. You can do stone just like this, and then do the other side with wood, just like so, and it works just the same. But right now, we're going to need a lot more wood getting started because we're going to need twigs. And what you do is you see these little particle effects coming off them. These will change. And it takes about a minute or so. Minute and a half to 2 minutes. I don't exactly remember the number. And I don't think our book exactly tells us how long it takes. But there it goes. They all should change. Then the stone should be next. They all should relatively quick. Relative to what? There we go. Awesome. Then this one will be next. Then all that wood will change. Awesome. So I need to actually go back. And I'm going to go ahead and get an axe because I do not have an axe. Surprisingly. We'll just get a regular diamond axe for now. Now I got the axe and I put these 1 block away for now, so that way I don't, vein mine my wood there. That would not be good. Alright. And the stone. There we go. We can get all of this good stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and place more of it down, because we're going to need more of it. There we go. Just like that, and then the wood. Alright, so this will get us started in Botania. Pretty simple. Trying to get through this about as fast as I can. And we should be good. Alright, our next step is to check out... it does say runic altar, but we don't need to get into that yet. We need to get into some mana. So we're going to need a mana pool. Actually, let's go back 1 second. I'm getting ahead of myself. We need a wand of the forest first. And the wand of the forest is pretty simple. 2 colors that you like. And then some living wood twigs. And now that we have living wood, we can go ahead and craft that. Make sure to throw... I need to leave that on before I forget. Alright, so let's hop up here and get ourselves a crafting table. There we go. We'll just do this. And get ourselves a crafting table so we can do this crafting down here. Awesome. And I'll just put the crafting table right here. Alright, so let's get in our crafting table and let's go ahead and make these twigs. So it's just like this, and you're going to need 3. And just like that, and then we need to choose what colors we want. And I think I'm going to go with orange and blue, like I always do, just like my channel. Actually, it's orange in this, like, cyan color. And we're going to go ahead and make that. And you put these petals in here, you can see, if you swap them around, they actually change. I think I like it this way. I like this wand. Alright, so the wand has 2 functions. You have, if you hold shift and you right click, you can swap between modes. You have a bind mode and a function mode. 2 separate things. Alright, and the next thing we're going to need to make, we go back. It talks about Black Lotus. Black Lotus has something, it's you find it in the overworld and it gives you a little bit of mana. Flower pouch is also for the overworld. It's a place for you to store your pouches as you're searching for them. And then of course Terra Still, which we can't get into quite yet. Alright, let's get the mana pool. Let's go ahead and make a mana pool. This is pretty simple to make. All you need is some of this living rock. And make a little circle like that and you'll get a mana pool. Alright, so I'm going to stick the mana pool for now, I guess right in the center. Alright. And then the next thing we're going to need, if we open up our book, everything is in here, a mana spreader. And what this does is it takes mana and it fills things with it. And this is pretty simple to make. So we just need some of that living wood that we made, just like that. And then a petal. And you have a mana spreader. Awesome. And we're going to take this mana spreader, I'm going to set it, say right here. As you can see, it's facing up. It's not the direction we need it to face, we need it to go in here. So if you put your wand in bind mode and you shift right click on the block and connect it to something, you see it'll move. And now it's connected. Awesome. Let me go ahead and break these real quick. I need to get something to quiet the portal. That will get annoying quick. Alright, and we'll go ahead and we got that done. Alright, so now this is set up. For now, since we got this set up, I'm only going to need 1. And it being right here, probably not the best place for it to be. I'm going to set it right here. Alright, there we go. That's good. Yeah, them being right here. 2 of them is perfectly fine. Alright, we can place these back in here for later. I may expand this area. I'll definitely have to expand it. Alright, so we got this basic setup going. Now we need to figure out how to generate some mana. Alright, if we take a look in generating flora, there's an endoflame. That's what we're going to use for our main power. And all it requires is some brown petals, some red petal, and a light gray petal, which is exactly the ones that I told you to go ahead and duplicate a bunch of. And we're going to put these down here in our hotbar. And we're going to use these and seeds. Let's go ahead and grab our seeds. There we go. And we now have everything to start making this. And I put them down here so it's easy to get to. So, like I did before, 2 go in here, 1, and 1, and then a seed. And now we get an endoflame. Alright, and the endoflame is pretty cool. So if I place this endoflame, say right here, and I get some coal, not black petals, coal. I toss it down. You can see, you may have this problem where it doesn't automatically start. Sometimes it doesn't bind correctly. So what you'd have to do is go in here and bind mode and shift click and make sure you connect it to the right thing. But from that point on, they should all connect. Now if you click on this, you should see, or this one right here, you see how it's gaining some mana. It's filling up a bar, and then once it gets to a certain point, it shoots it. Then it starts filling up this mana pool. So we're going to go ahead and make a bunch more of those endoflames. And like I said, it's really easy once you get the hang of it to make a bunch of them relatively fast. That's why having that source of water right here from the well is awesome. And we'll do probably a couple more. Doesn't matter what order you do them in as long as the right amount is in there. And the reason I want a bunch of them is because I want to generate mana relatively quickly. Alright, so we have 7, that'll make 8 in total. That's exactly what I want. We could just place these all around, just like so. And just like that, we have enough. I actually want to make one more, just to kind of make it even for right now. And we have the stuff to do it. Like I said, these petals are basically unlimited. Now that we have all of them, they are unlimited. Alright, I think I placed this one in the wrong spot. Go ahead and place it right there. Alright, so now we have this whole area filled with these guys, and what you want to do is kind of space them like this across from each other. I think, yeah, across from each other, just like so, like in an X pattern. I do believe that that does matter. I think an Enderman took one of our blocks. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get some more coal. Let me go hop in here. Ow. And we're gonna grab some coal. I don't know if we have coal essence. We don't have any in here, but we do have some. So we're gonna go get some coal essence. That's why I made some coal. Coal mystical crops are... Ooh, we already have 43 wither skeleton essence. That's awesome. We'll be getting into some wither stuff really quick. Probably within the next episode or so. Awesome. So let's go ahead. I think that you make coal. Maybe it's different. Maybe like this. Yeah, just like that. And that'll give us 12. So that's quite a bit. We can throw this stuff in here and get blocks, because blocks are a little bit more efficient when it comes to Botania. Botania loves these blocks. They'll last longer. And we should be good to go. So you just throw these blocks down, and one of them should suck it up. Which one did it? Okay, so this one did. So if we throw more down, I think there's 4 worth there. All of them are working now. Let's make sure they all get some. Awesome. And you see how fast it is producing mana now. We get our mana wand, or our wand of the forest, and we click on here. You can see that we're gaining quite a bit of mana. This thing right here is filling up really fast and shooting out pretty quick. Alright, so we have just a tiny little bit of mana, if you can see that, just a tiny bit, but it is slowly building. Very slow, I must say. Even with this mana spreader. It's not maxed out, but it is producing quite a bit. And I love the particle effect. So this is the stream of mana that it's shooting out. Alright, so our next thing that I want to make is, it's in our book, is the Ring of Magnetization. And if we check our baubles and accessories, this is really great for a single player. If you have multiple people playing, it may not be the best thing to have on at all times, but it's definitely awesome to have in a single player world. Alright, so here we go. This is the Ring of Magnetization. We need a mana lens. We need, I think, a few iron. We need 8, so 9 iron, piece of glass, and gold. So we can go ahead and go back up here, and we can go ahead and get our iron. I think we need 8, and then 1 for there. We need glass. I think a glass pane works, doesn't matter. And we also need gold. 1 piece of gold. And that's everything to make our mana spreader, or make our Ring of Magnetization. The next thing that we need is some mana. So we have a bit of mana here. I do believe that is enough to make all of them. So what you do is drop your iron in there. Bam. You get mana steel. Alright. Mana steel can be used to make a bunch of things, like armor and stuff like that. I think there's a list. Yeah. 23 different things. The mana steel chestplate, like all this armor, the picks, all these different bands and stuff like that. So it's a pretty nice thing to have, is some of this mana steel. Alright, so let's go ahead and create our ring of magnetization now that we have everything we need. There's a mana lens. This just requires a thing like that, and then more mana steel, and we have a ring of magnetization. And what you want to do is you want to pop open your bauble slot, and you should be able to place it right into your bauble slot. Now, when you put items everywhere, they should come right to you. So as you can see, they should come right to me. Just like so. Awesome. So now when you break things, like say I break this log, they pop right to me, and they don't fall off. So that's pretty cool. Awesome. Well, we've gotten pretty far. I think I'm going to cover more Botania in the next episode. So I will see you guys there. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to click that subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.